Welcome to some Sidisi, Wicked Witch of the West Coast. We're going to hit the east side of that LBC on that mission, trying to find Mr. Warren G. So, mount up, regulators. As far as our opening hand goes, yeah, I like it. We got Deathrite Shaman. Well, I didn't like the opening hand. I did Mulligan. But, yeah, I like it. Deathrite Shaman, little sack outlet, Wood Sage, kind of get some milling going. We will keep on this one in a heartbeat. Get our commander squared up. Fleshbag Marauder. Do we want that at this point right now? Let's see if we can't hit another land. I like to do that. Let's go and put Fleshbag on the bottom, and then we'll let our opponent do their thing. We're playing Sidisi, Brute Tyrant. Whenever Sidisi enters the battlefield or attacks, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Let's go ahead and get the Marsh Flats down. Let's go. Ooh, drawn to Mindstone. I like that. Let's go and crack the Marsh Flats. Grab a black-green source. I think that'll work. We're going to go black-blue, actually. Yeah, I think I like that. We'll go Underground Sea. Get the Deathrite Shaman down for 1 black. And then anything else, we're going to kick it over to our opponent. But have some partner action. We got Tana and Ravos. Interesting partner combination. So we have Tana. Trample whenever Tana deals combat damage to a player. Create that many 1/1 green sapling creature tokens. Then we have Ravos. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 at the beginning of your upkeep. You may return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Opponent's going to get down Sylvan. And then go from there, pass it back over to us. We'll be able to get down the Harbor. It's going to come into play untapped, so we'll be able to at least kind of get Wood Sage going. Draw into Command Tower. Let's see, any certain way we want to sequence this. We need that colored mana to go for Wood Sage, and I'd like to get down Wood Sage. Let's go and do this. Let's go and get down the Command Tower. Yeah, we'll go and get down the Command Tower. We'll go and go for Wood Sage. I think I like that. Or if we end up going for Mindstone, that puts us online next turn for Sidisi. But we can actually go for Sidisi with Deathrite Shaman and have Wood Sage online. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to go Wood Sage, tap for green. Get that down, and then we're going to kick it over to our opponent. Cover both commanders, free time. We can talk about whatever we want. That's going to be some good zombie action. As far as milling goes, do we want to push in? No, we don't want to push in for 1. We do have Wood Sage. So with Wood Sage, choose a creature card name. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put one of them, basically if we reveal that card, we get to put it in our hand, put the rest in your graveyard. We're basically going to be using Wood Sage as a repeatable Sidisi, hopefully milling option to get some zombies going. That's definitely a good way to, if you're a graveyard person, using stuff like Wood Sage is a great way to make sure you have a graveyard full of stuff. Hopefully we can maybe dredge into something like Life from the Loam, and then we get some good zombies going from there. All right, so your opponent's going to go for it. Get down the Rin's Run Vanquisher. Reveal an elf card from your hand or pay 3. Let's see if they revealed an elf card. They did Mina and Dean. Okay, Wildborn. Not the end of the world. Opponent's building up a nice little board state. And drawn to Parallel Lives. Okay, let's go ahead and go for the Harbor. Now what we can do is we could go for Parallel Lives. Yeah, if we're trying to out-token our opponent, I think I like going for that. But if we exile that land, we're not going to be online for Sidisi. Yeah, let's go for Sidisi. I kind of like that. We're going to exile the Marsh Flats out of the graveyard. Add that mana to our mana pool. We could go for Parallel Lives, but if we don't hit the land drop, kind of puts us in a funny spot. So let's go and add green. Let's go black and then blue. Tap the Command Tower down. Let's go for Sidisi. Maybe we get down Sidisi, put the top 3 cards of our library into our graveyard. Oh, bummer. We hit Living Death. Let's go and, actually, we'll wait on Wood Sage. Just say our opponent wants to swing in. We can activate Wood Sage in response to something. Anything else, we're going to go past turn to our opponent. Let's get my deck list pulled up so I can talk about it. Love Sidisi. It's been a while since I played Sidisi. And actually, the beginning of the video, the intro, that's Warren G, Regulators, one of my favorite rap songs. In fact, I'm a huge, I love 90s rap. It's one of my favorite rap genres. And there's other good rap out there, but 90s rap, I mean, it's just great. Stuff like Wu-Tang. In fact, the Sidisi thumbnail has the Wu-Tang symbol in it. So if you're wondering what that symbol is, it's the Wu-Tang symbol. It's always nice to go for that. But yeah, I love 90s rap. It's some of my favorite music. And now as far as my other music stuff, I've actually had different people ask me this before. I pretty much like everything. I mean, there's certain things, basically the way I approach music is there's certain things that I just get, when I listen to music, like I just listen to it for like a couple months at a time. Like, I'm not a huge rock fan. It's probably the least thing that I'll just listen to on my own. But outside of that, I'll just pretty much listen to anything. I love a good beat. I got into electro for a little bit, a little bit of dubstep. I like country, but not like pop country. I like kind of old school country. It's always a lot of fun. Let's just go and type in Abby Griffin. That'll work. I know we don't have that in the deck. All right, we do hit a creature card off that. Wonderful. Hedron Crab. Get that zombie going, and then we'll see if we hit that land drop to get down Parallel Lives, and we'll be online for some good Wood Sage activations with extra zombies. Let's see. Drawn 2 Breeding Pool. Yeah, we're going to go and shock that in. I like that. We're going to pay 2 on this one. And then do we want to swing him Sidisi? They're going to be able to chump block with the Vanquisher, and it does have Death Touch. Yeah, we don't want to go for that. Let's go for Parallel Lives. It's going to be dun-dun-dun. Get down Parallel Lives, and then whenever it deals combat damage to your player, create that many sapling tokens. Okay, that's good. One of the main things that you want to do is, and actually, let's go for Carrion Feeder. Exile a land card. We're going to exile that Hall of the Bandit Lord. And we'll tap, exile that, get black mana, get down Carrion Feeder. That way we have a sack outlet. Make sure we click on the right one. Click on black mana. There we go. Get down Carrion Feeder. And then we're going to kick it over our opponent. And hopefully we'll build up a good enough board state to we can kind of push past Tana or make sure Tana can't swing in and get those sapling tokens going. Especially with that right out there. We don't really want to kind of feed into that. Anything else? No, we're going to go and pass the turn. If we had a little bit more mana, something like Ancient Tomb, I would maybe be tempted to swing in with Sidisi to kind of exchange on the Vanquisher, but I like leaving Sidisi up. We want to keep it online with Wood Sage. But yeah, as far as music goes, pretty much listen to anything. I would definitely say rap's the thing that I listen to the most in my free time, but yeah, pretty much anything. Yeah, as far as country's the only thing I don't like. It's the old school country's good, like Willie Nelson, and I got my wife a record player for Christmas. And we went to our local record store, and there's, I think his name's like Red Savage or something like that, and he was in the dollar bin, and he looks like basically like a 1960s country guy. Like he's on the on the vinyl album, he's sitting there, and he's got this suit on, and it looked like it'd be good country music, and so I bought it and I put it on the vinyl, and I did a little bit of research, and I found out that he's like a truck driver. Like there's the genre of like truck driving country music, and I was like, okay, all right. So we listened to it one Saturday afternoon, and it was pretty good. I like it. It's one of my favorite albums. It's just pretty much like old school country, so it's pretty cool. Let's go for the Wood Sage activation. On this one, we'll probably still go and name the same card because I don't really want to bring anything back to the hand. I'm gonna get all that milling going. All right. Unfortunately, we whiff on the Parallel Lives. Let's see what we draw into. We'll go and dredge that salvage. Oh, bummer. Whiff on that one. So we're going to get the salvage down. Let's go ahead and go for... We could go for Balthor if we want to. We're maybe going to bring back basically just Grave Spawn right now. There's not really a lot of stuff that we really want to go for that. Yeah, let's go and get down Mind Stone. I kind of like going for that. Get down Mind Stone. The main thing is we need to get Wonder into the graveyard. That'd be something that'd be really good. In fact, let's go and do this main phase. Let's go and go for... Maybe if we hit Wonder off these Wood Sage, I think that's going to be good. Let's name the Ghoul again. Hit Golgari Thug. Okay, that's another dredge option. I like that. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Could go for Deathrite Shaman. We'll definitely go for that activation if we start going for the target player loses 2 life. That'll probably help us kind of squeeze a little bit extra value out, making sure that we can close it out. So as far as next turn goes, we've got Golgari Thug. We're going to be able to dredge that. We'll be able to get down Balthor. We do have triple black online once we get down the Underground Sea and with the salvage. So we'll be online to activate Balthor to kind of start bringing some creatures back. And then hopefully we get a few more good things off the Golgari Thug. So we've got enough zombies too at this point right now to kind of stop Mina from swinging in. But this is pretty much textbook what you want Sidisi to go for. Get down Parallel Lives, get down a good repeatable source. We do have another repeatable like mill source in our deck and Hedron Crab, but basically that's pretty much key to getting a really good Sidisi board state developed, is having something that allows you to keep getting stuff into the graveyard, especially something like Life from the Loam. When you keep dredging each turn, you keep making your land drops, and I love Life from the Loam. Be nice if we can see it. But I was recording earlier, I played against Edgar, and we were going to set up for a really nice living death, and then I got too wrapped up in story time, and I miscalculated the board state. It's a little bit of a bummer. All right, opponent's going to get the Growing Rites of Illimat going. Let's go ahead and exile target instant or sorcery card. We'll go and exile Grapple with the Past, and we'll go and pay black. Have target opponent, each opponent loses 2 lives, so put them down to 28. That's fine. They get in a spot to where basically we're kind of on Wonder or Bust at this point right now, because that's going to allow us to start swinging in past our opponent. Dredge, Golgari Thug, Splinter Fright. Okay, that'll be another creature to go for. And get 2 more zombies on the battlefield. Let's go and go for Balthor. I like going for that. That's going to be black, black, then 1 and 2. We'll go ahead and leave up Mind Stone at this point right now, because maybe we want to draw a card or something like that, and we've got most of our stuff on the battlefield. But I think right now we're just going to hold off in a holding pattern. We could start swinging in with our zombies, but it's just going to run into Mina and then run into Tana too. So we'll just go ahead and pass the turn to our opponent. Do we want to get down Golgari Thug? Yeah, I guess we can go for that. We can sacrifice Golgari Thug to get a little bit more dredge option going. Yeah, I like that. We'll do that. Let's go and tap the Mind Stone down, get down Golgari Thug. And mainly just like if you're in a spot to where, actually, yeah, we'll just go ahead and pass the turn to our opponent, and I'll kind of explain that. If you're playing a dredge deck like this, one of the things that you can do is think about it this way. You know, we could draw a card for the turn, but if we get in the spots where we can sacrifice Golgari Thug and start dredging for 4 every turn, we're going to be able to look at 4 cards. We're going to be able to look at 3 more cards than you normally would because you're dredging them. You know, at this point right now, we don't really want the cards in our hand. We want as many cards in the graveyard as possible. That way we can pop a really nice Balthor. Kind of go from there. We got Splinter Fright going, and then Grave Spawn, so it's not too bad. I'd like to see a few more Zombie Lords or Wonder, but we'll see what our opponent's got going on. Primeval Bounty, okay. So that's kind of going to give us a little bit of clock to start working towards. We'll pop this down just a little bit. All right, Primeval Bounty. And then also, I'm recording with a new microphone. I bought a Yeti mic probably about 6 or 8 months ago, and I'm recording with it. So if the audio is different, or if when I talk loud, it's kind of like crackly or something like that, I'm still trying to figure it out. I used to do all of my recording on a laptop, which is not too bad. Like, I made it work, but trying to look at a laptop, have a Yeti mic in front of your face, it was just a little bit difficult. So now that I've got my desktop, I've got 2 monitors, I can kind of spread some stuff out. I'm finally busted the Yeti mic out, because that's one thing that I like my headset mic. I've always enjoyed it, but it's one of those that it doesn't give the best audio. Like, I've noticed a few times, hey, your audio sounds kind of echoey, or there's a little bit of crackle in, or something like that. You know, it's just kind of like, it is not the best. I do agree. Okay, opponent's going to kick it back over. Let's go and go for the Wood Sage activation. Choose a card name. That way we can get a few more zombies going, and hopefully get that wonder in the graveyard. Go for the Wood Sage. Oh, and there's just, like, when you got Hedron Crab or Wood Sage, and you just go to town with activations. Oh, feels great. All right, Sidisi trigger. Ooh, Scarab God. Start bringing that back. I like that. Let's go and sacrifice get the Carrion Feeder going too. Get 2 more zombies going. And the Forbidden Alchemy, we'll be able to get some good stuff going too. Let's go and sacrifice Golgari Thug. Put target creature card from your graveyard on top. Yeah, I guess we'll go and put Hedron Crab. We're going to be able to dredge it anyway, so it's not really going to matter. Let's put that on top. All right. Put Hedron Crab back on top, and then put a +1 counter on Carrion Feeder. All right. And we'll still go and go for the Wood Sage activation, just to make sure. Let's go and dredge Golgari Thug. Ooh, we do hit Dread Return. Okay, we don't really have one of our payoff creatures, but just in case, we do have Crater Hoof. Let me double check real quick. We do have Crater Hoof. So let's go and go for the Wood Sage activation. Go for that first. Name a card. Well, once again, we're going to name a creature card that's not in here. Hopefully hit Wonder, or we're online for like basically 2 targets that'll really help us. Satyr and then Grizzly Salvage. Get a couple more zombies going. And in fact, we have Forbidden Alchemy. Do we have enough for that? That's going to be 7 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're actually 1 away from that. No 7 with Deathrite Shaman. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for that. I think I like that. Let's go and exile a land card from our graveyard. Let's go and get rid of the Woodland Cemetery. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that'll be just enough. All right, we're going to add green to the mana pool, and then Forbidden Alchemy is going to be black. So let's go and tap out for black. It don't really matter what else we tap out for. Let's go and flashback that Forbidden Alchemy. And we got more than enough creatures to bring anything back with that Dread Return. Lord of the Dead, flashback. Okay. Put a card in your hand, the rest in your graveyard. We'll go and put the... I think we'll go for the... Yeah, we'll grab that one. Make the land drop for the turn. Rest goes into the bin. We'll get another Sidisi trigger. Let's go and make the land drop for the turn. Now, what we can do is, if we go for Dread Return, we're going to bring back Lord of the Undead. That'll allow us to get that back, and we might be able to kind of push in past our opponent. It's going to be 13 times 2. That'll be 26. That'll be a pretty good chunk of mana. Let's go and do that. Let's go Dread Return on Lord of the Undead. We'll sacrifice 3 creatures. Let's go and get rid of some of the new zombies that just came out. Let's go and get rid of that one. That's going to be 1. We don't really necessarily need a Sack Outland Carrion Feeder. Well, unless we draw into something else. Yeah, we'll go and sacrifice a couple of these zombies. Get that Lord bonus going. Okay. We're going to flashback Lord of the Undead. Bring that back. And that still puts us online for Balthor if we want to go for that the following turns. Once you get a few more Dread. We're about halfway through our deck at this point right now. Okay. We're going to push in with Sidisi. No, we're going to hold off. And we can push in with a pretty good chunk of our zombies. So back off Balthor, back off Carrion Feeder, and then back off Sidisi. Don't attack. So we've got 7 swinging in. That's a good chunk. We'll be able to stop Tana from coming across. Even if they get some more Primeval stuff going, I think we'll be okay. So we're going to go push in for 7. That's going to be 21 coming across. So we'll at least see a few blocks from our opponent. Be able to get in for at least, yeah, it's going to be 12 coming across. That'll be a good little chunk of damage. Okay, puts our opponent down to 19. And then anything else? No, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So that puts him at 19. We'll kind of, let's re-rack on what kind of board state we have for next turn. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to be 21 coming across next turn. We still have the Deathrite Shaman activation to go for. We can make them lose 2 life. Definitely go for that. But the main point is, if we go for Sidisi or Wonder, we're able to push past all of these creatures. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, with that last swing in, it puts our opponent in this weird spot to where they don't really want to push in anymore. You know, they've got a lot of mana with Cradle over there with their creatures on the board. But if they kind of start swinging in, going for an alpha swing, usually we can swing back a little bit harder on the back end. All right, opponent's going to go for Bruce Tarl. Enters the battlefield or attacks target creature control, gets Double Strike or Lifelink until end of turn. 3/3 Beast Token, okay. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, as far as any of our payoff creatures, basically we're trying to hit... Golgari Thug. Not Golgari Thug. We already hit Golgari. I'm trying to click this and let them do that thing. Basically, we're looking at Crater Hoof and then Wonder. If we can get Wonder going, that'll be definitely wonderful. And they're going to go for Ravos. That's fine. Go for it. It'll be 2/2. But yeah, oh yeah, as far as the code goes, yeah. So basically, like this morning, I got up to record, and they're doing rolling blackouts in my area. So it's like the power would go off about every 10 minutes. So it's kind of a weird feeling to go for. And then when I got home from work today, all of my electricity was out too. So that was kind of like, I was like, all right. And I saw some electricity trucks in the neighborhood. And thankfully, once I get out of the shower, electricity popped back on. So I'm recording now, so not too bad. Ooh, all right. So that's going to be 11. That's going to be 11 Double Strike. That's going to be 21. Do we have any way to block that? We don't have any flying right now. Uh-oh. I completely forgot about Kessig Wolf Run. But we did have a flying creature. I don't think we could have stopped that. Dang it. Okay, we can't block on that. That's going to be Double Strike. I think that's going to be commander damage. Oh, that's a bummer. Even if we went for... Let's see. Let's kind of play this out. Yeah, 22. Our opponent's going to get it. That's 22 commander damage. Dang it. Okay. We got some good milling action going. We're just trying to hit Crater Hoof. If we hit Wonder, we'd have been in a good spot. But yeah, good game to our opponent. I can't pull the chat up. But let's see. And if I hadn't gotten so chatty Cathy, maybe I would have noticed that Kessig Wolf Run out there. But basically with Balthor, yeah, I always... that's one of those things where you're giving commentary and losing track of one of the lands like that is really easy way, and it can lead to game states like this. But since we got some really good mill action, I'm going to go and post this one up. So let's say we had gone for Balthor and we hadn't really kind of gotten a few more creatures out there. We bring back some creatures. We bring back Gravespawn. Once again, none of these creatures have flying. Splinter Fright doesn't have flying. We get in this weird spots. Maybe we could have gone for the Scarab God, bringing that back with Balthor, because that is a black creature. But either way, yeah, looks like they're going to be able to get it with that Kessig Wolf Run and Growing Rights of Itlimoc. So, good game to our opponent. Got some good mill action going, but they're going to be able to close it out with Commando. Let's see if we... how far away was that Crater Hoof? Draw a few more cards. Yeah, and then even if we had pushed in with a full board state, it wouldn't have been enough to kind of go and close it out. So unfortunately, we didn't really hit any spot removal. We did have something like Fleshbag Marauder, but with an entire board state of tokens over there, I can be able to get it. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.